So this is the FTIR machine, and this is the on button. So after you've on the on button, make sure you have on the software. So this is the button, IR solution. So after you have double clicked on this IR solution, this is what you should see. Okay, so after you have switched on the machine and switched on the software, now put this ATR compartment attachment into this empty space here. So with the pipe facing in front, place it in the middle. Okay, then after which, pull these two sides, pull it outwards so that it touches the wall, these two walls of the machine. So now once this has been placed nicely in the middle, it's time to clean the sensor over here. So turn this black attachment and remove this part. Now you notice that there is also a plate, so you have to remove this plate as well. So now using the lens cleaning tissue, take a piece out, okay, using ethanol, okay, to clean the sensor. So we'll spray just a little bit of the ethanol onto the sensor. So using the tissue, the cleaning tissue, just wipe gently to clean the surface of this plate. Okay, after you have cleaned this, to this metal plate, we will also need to put some ethanol on it. Similarly, clean it with the tissue. So once this side has been cleaned, turn it over, place it, and clean this side as well. Okay, so after we have cleaned the lens, the metal plate with the ethanol, we can place this black object back onto the ATR compartment. So turn it. So once it's tight, it's done. So now the cleaning is done. So now we are ready to scan the background. So we close the lid and then we go to this software window. So you can see over here on this window, you see this tab BKG, which stands for background. So we will click on this background. But before that, there are some settings, specifications that we need to set up. So first, we usually use transmittance over here. Then the number of scans, the higher the scans, the more accurate your spectrum will be. So usually a 40 scans is a good measurement. So resolution we can leave as 4. The range we can leave as 500 to 4006 unless the journal specifically mentions a specific range. So once this has been set, all these parameters have been set, we can click background. So just click background. Okay, just click OK. It will take a while because it's 40 scans. The more scans you have, the longer it will take to scan this background. So over here at the bottom left hand corner, you can see the number of scans, the progress of the scanning. So out of 40, it shows you the current progress. Okay, so once the background has been done, so this is what you see. This is a typical FTIR background spectrum. So once the background has been scanned, we can continue to scan the spectrum for our sample. So open the lid. Now, so for example, this is our unknown sample. So we want to scan the spectrum for this sample. So just a little bit will do. So once I have taken a bit of the solution, just place a small sample on top of the sensor, which is right in the middle over here. Just a couple of drops will do. So once I've done that, close the lid. And now back to the software. Can you see this button over here right at the top left hand? There's this measure. So we can click on this measure tab. And then there's a sample tab over here. So click sample and the machine will start scanning the spectrum for the sample. Okay, so this is a very rough and raw spectrum of the sample. So from this spectrum you can see that there are several peaks, and each of these peaks will represent a particular functional group. So you can compare this peak with the reference that you can get easily online and compare and find out perhaps this is the CC single bond stretch and this is maybe the CO single bond functional group. Okay, so once we have finished scanning the spectrum for the sample, we have to clean the FTIR attachment. So we open the lid, lift the lid up, and then similarly we have to use the lens cleaning tissue. Once again, put a little bit of the ethanol and wipe it. So after that, similarly we have to unscrew this and lift the plates up, and then use the ethanol again and clean both sides of the metal plate as well as this surface over here. So once you have cleaned the metal plate, the sensor, all these plates, you can put it back, screw this thing back, and we can pull these two sides back and you can remove the FTIR attachment and you are done.